Hi everybody, it's Dr. Jen from Impact Ortho, and today we're going to be talking about how you get your kid to stop sucking their thumb. I know lots and lots of families have children where thumb sucking or finger sucking or blanket sucking is something that's been happening either for a short while or usually for a very long time. And oftentimes a family doctor or a dentist or someone in the medical profession has said, maybe you should work on getting that habit out of there. There are some reasons for that. We can have permanent changes to teeth and bone if we have a habit in place for too long. So ideally we stop finger sucking or thumb sucking by the age of 3, but at the very latest, it needs to be before the first adult teeth are growing into the mouth. That's when damage really starts to happen, when the adult teeth start growing in and then we have all these extra forces in the mouth. So a few things you can try. There's that nasty tasting nail polish stuff. Some people say it works. I've had a lot of families try it and say it didn't really make a difference, but if you think for your child that may be a good option, go find the nasty tasting nail polish stuff, paint it on that nail or finger, whatever one is going into the mouth, and see if that's enough of a deterrent to keep it out of their mouth. Another thing I've had people be successful with is using Band-Aids. So wrap some Band-Aids on the thumb that tends to go in the mouth. It doesn't feel the same in the mouth to put a Band-Aid in as it does to have skin against the roof of the mouth. And so sometimes that's enough as a reminder. The important thing here is that using a thumb or a finger to suck on is a soothing technique for most children. They're using it to comfort themselves, either to help them fall asleep, or if they wake up in the middle of the night to go back to sleep, or sometimes if they're just relaxing and on their own. And so a great strategy here is to try to find a substitute. Try to find something else that can be used. So we may be trying to substitute a thumb for a stuffy, or a thumb for a blanket, some other item that is safe for them to use for that need, but does not involve it going into their mouth. We don't want them to be sucking on a blanket or a stuffy, but you can try to use another object. We want them to start to train themselves to use some other object to self-soothe instead of using their thumb or their fingers. Another thing you can try is gloves. I call them fall gloves, the stretchy gloves that you can put on. They're like thin, fabric-y that you can put on their hands. That also means fabric in the mouth instead of skin, and so it will feel different. Of course, those are easy to remove. So a lot of kids will just rip them right off and stick their thumb in their mouth anyway. Some parents have had some fantastic solutions for this. If they have long-sleeved pajamas on, you can put those gloves on and safety pin them. Most little kids cannot undo safety pins while they're sleeping, so safety pin them around the sleeves of both. You could also use duct tape if you wanted to. I've had parents do that, just duct tape those gloves on there. The key here is that anything that you do try, so a substitution, yucky tasting nail polish, a Band-Aid, or gloves, you have to do it consistently over many nights, usually up to 6 months, to get the habit stopped, because it is very ingrained unconsciously, subconsciously. They're not doing this just to make you upset, and they may say that they want to stop, but they might not actually be able to stop themselves without a little bit of help. And so you need to make sure that you're doing this consistently over time, and I say give it about 6 months. If at the end of 6 months, the kid's like, yep, I'm not putting my thumb in anymore, you're like, yep, I haven't seen you try, fantastic, stop doing whatever you're doing, peek your head in on them when they're sleeping at night and make sure that the habit is stopped. I think it's a great idea. Now, if you've tried all of those things and you're really still not having success, especially if you're frustrated and the kiddo is frustrated, then by all means see a local orthodontist, because there are appliances that we can use. I do have a video about the bluegrass appliance, which we use in our office, that we can use that are comfortable and safe and are glued into the mouth temporarily to help stop these habits. But we always coach our families to see if there are some things they can do at home on their own before they jump into orthodontics. So we're happy to see any kiddo, usually age 5 and up, if this is something that you're struggling with. But I recommend that you try some other things at home first, because if you can get rid of that habit all on your own, then you don't need us at all, at least not until they're older, usually, and have all of their grown-up teeth. Well, I hope that's helpful, that you learned something about habits and why it's important that we stop them. If you have any questions, just leave them down below in the video. I'd be happy to answer them. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.